The cycle of popularity within the South Korean entertainment industry has always been fast-moving, shaped by shifting consumer interests, generational waves of new idols, and the continuous demand for innovation in music, fashion, and global connectivity. Yet within this constant motion, one figure has consistently remained at the very center of public attention: Jeon Jungkook, best known as the youngest member of BTS. Despite the emergence of countless new idols and shifting media trends, Jungkook has once again secured his position as the most popular artist in Korea. This repeated dominance is not a temporary spike in recognition, but rather a carefully sustained trajectory that merges talent, brand alignment, global resonance, and a distinctive influence that resonates across demographics. Another dimension of this sustained popularity lies in Jungkook's ability to balance his role as both a musician and a cultural figure. His solo releases, such as Seven and Standing Next to You, demonstrated that his artistry was not confined to the collective identity of BTS. These songs not only charted globally, but also gained significant domestic traction, proving that his audience in Korea remained invested in his music beyond the group framework. When South Korean media outlets highlight Jungkook's popularity, they often point to this duality. He is both a global pop star dominating international markets and a local favorite who represents the modern image of Korean music and culture. Fashion and brand alignment also reinforce his stronghold on popularity metrics. Jungkook's association with Calvin Klein has been one of the most discussed celebrity brand partnerships in recent years. The collaboration amplified his public image, positioning him as a central figure in discussions of style, youth culture, and luxury branding. In Korea, where celebrity fashion often dictates mainstream trends, Jungkook's appearances at airports, fashion events, and campaigns are immediately dissected by fans and media alike. His ability to turn everyday appearances into trending moments contributes significantly to his continuous relevance. The power of image-making in Korea's cultural economy cannot be underestimated, and Jungkook has effectively leveraged this to sustain his dominance. Another crucial factor is his role within digital platforms and fan-driven ecosystems. In South Korea, social media platforms such as X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, are powerful tools that shape public perception. Jungkook's activities online, whether sharing a casual live stream, posting a short clip, or even being mentioned in trending hashtags, consistently generate engagement numbers that surpass those of other artists. This dynamic means that his visibility is not solely dependent on official promotions. Instead, it is constantly reinforced by user-driven content. His fans, often referred to as ARMY, serve as active amplifiers of his presence, ensuring that any mention of him quickly escalates to national and global trending topics. Music critics within Korea also highlight the role of Jungkook's vocal skills in sustaining his popularity. Unlike many artists who rely primarily on performance spectacle or visual appeal, Jungkook has established himself as a vocalist capable of delivering diverse genres. His adaptability in moving from R&B to pop, ballads, and EDM-inspired tracks demonstrates a versatility that appeals to both younger listeners and older demographics. This cross-generational appeal ensures that his fanbase remains broad rather than niche. The critical recognition of his artistry reinforces his long-term credibility in the music industry, which is essential in a market as competitive as South Korea's. Beyond artistry, Jungkook's consistency is another important aspect. In an industry where artists often fluctuate between phases of intense visibility and quieter periods, Jungkook has managed to maintain momentum. His activities are not random bursts, but rather interconnected moments that continually keep him in the spotlight. Even during BTS's group hiatus for military service, Jungkook's solo promotions ensured his name never faded from public consciousness. This consistency creates a sense of reliability for both fans and brands, solidifying him as a figure who can sustain interest over long stretches of time. Additionally, Jungkook's image resonates with broader cultural values in Korea. He is frequently portrayed as a symbol of dedication, discipline, and humility, traits that align well with Korean cultural ideals. These attributes strengthen his public image not only as an entertainer, but also as a role model. When combined with his artistry, this creates a multi-dimensional figure whose popularity extends beyond fandom into mainstream society. For example, older generations who may not actively engage with idol fandoms still recognize Jungkook as a figure representing Korean global success, thereby expanding his relevance across multiple social groups. The role of media amplification cannot be overlooked either. South Korean news outlets frequently highlight Jungkook's achievements, whether in relation to streaming records, international appearances, or fashion campaigns. Each mention reinforces his status as a cultural leader. Unlike some artists whose recognition remains confined within niche fan circles, Jungkook's achievements are consistently covered in national media, which further cements his reputation among the general public. Media discourse plays a powerful role in shaping popularity rankings, and Jungkook's consistent presence in headlines contributes significantly to his dominance. At the same time, Jungkook's dominance is not an isolated phenomenon but part of a broader shift in the South Korean entertainment industry. Over the past decade, K-pop has increasingly become a global export, with artists balancing domestic recognition and international fame. Jungkook, as a central figure in this transition, embodies the perfect balance. His global visibility enhances his domestic prestige, while his domestic dominance provides a stable foundation for his global brand. This reciprocal relationship strengthens his overall popularity, ensuring that his status in Korea is reinforced by his international achievements and vice versa. When analyzing the mechanisms behind his popularity, it is also important to consider the branding effect of BTS itself. Although Jungkook has clearly established himself as a solo figure, the legacy of BTS continues to provide a powerful framework of recognition. For many South Koreans, Jungkook is not just an individual artist, but also part of a larger cultural product that has brought international prestige to Korea. This association strengthens his reputation as a national icon, ensuring that his popularity rankings are continuously elevated by both individual and collective achievements. Another notable aspect is the way Jungkook adapts to industry changes. The South Korean entertainment industry is highly competitive, with constant innovation in both music and media strategies. Jungkook has demonstrated the ability to adapt seamlessly to new modes of promotion, whether through short-form content, live streaming, or interactive fan engagement platforms. His adaptability ensures that he remains relevant in an environment where outdated strategies can quickly render artists less visible. This skill in evolving with the industry further explains why his popularity is not declining, but rather being renewed with each cycle. The role of streaming platforms in reinforcing his dominance cannot be overlooked. In Korea, platforms such as Melon, Genie, and Bugs serve as indicators of domestic popularity, while international platforms like Spotify and YouTube amplify his global reach. Jungkook's ability to perform strongly across both domestic and international platforms reinforces the perception of him as an artist who is both globally competitive and locally successful. This dual visibility is critical in Korea, where global achievements are celebrated, but domestic validation remains the ultimate marker of success. By excelling in both, Jungkook strengthens his claim to the top position in popularity rankings. Cultural influence extends beyond music and fashion into broader lifestyle trends. Jungkook's preferences, whether it be a workout routine, a clothing style, or even a food choice, often spark interest among fans and the general public. This phenomenon, known in Korea as the celebrity ripple effect, magnifies his impact on consumer behavior. When his choices become topics of discussion, they generate additional visibility that reinforces his dominance in popularity metrics. In this sense, Jungkook is not just an artist, but also a cultural influencer, shaping everyday practices. The educational and analytical side of his influence is also noteworthy. Universities and cultural studies programs in Korea frequently use BTS and Jungkook as case studies to examine globalization, cultural diplomacy, and the economics of K-pop. This academic recognition further embeds him within mainstream discourse, legitimizing his influence beyond entertainment. By being a subject of scholarly discussion, Jungkook transcends the boundaries of popular culture and becomes integrated into institutional narratives about Korea's global presence. This academic framing reinforces his status as a leading cultural figure in the country. From a technological standpoint, Jungkook's adaptability to new platforms ensures that he remains visible in emerging digital spaces. In Korea, where technological adoption is rapid, idols must adapt quickly to new trends to remain relevant. Jungkook's engagement with short-form video content, live stream culture, and algorithm-driven platforms demonstrates his ability to navigate these changes effectively. This adaptability ensures that his presence is always optimized for the latest digital environment, reinforcing his visibility among diverse audiences. Another layer to consider is the role of fan-driven cultural production. Korean fans often create fan art, fan fiction, and digital edits that circulate widely on social media platforms. These productions not only reinforce Jungkook's image, but also introduce him to new audiences. The participatory culture surrounding him ensures that his visibility is continually renewed through grassroots efforts. This decentralized amplification strengthens his dominance in ways that official promotions alone could not achieve. In summary, Jungkook's sustained dominance as the most popular artist in Korea cannot be explained by a single factor. Instead, it is the result of a multi-layered ecosystem involving artistry, branding, media strategies, cultural narratives, generational adaptability, and technological engagement. His position is reinforced by global recognition, local validation, commercial reliability, and academic legitimacy, all of which intertwine to create a holistic framework of dominance. Far from being temporary, his popularity represents a deeply entrenched cultural phenomenon that continues to shape not only the entertainment industry, but also broader discussions about identity, consumer behavior, and Korea's global presence.